think that there's always camaraderie among NA teams, mostly because I think we're kind of targets of criticism no matter what. So I do feel we always try to get better, and there is an attempt like among all of the players in the LCS to improve each other. And it feels like it's a fairly open thing. Like, you can talk to any other player, and for the most part, they'll give you like actual feedback, and it does feel like there's an attempt to all get better.
Welcome back, y'all. It is our last game of the day. Game 3 between Shopify Rebellion and 100 Thieves.
I see something that gave me a nice little chuckle, and it is the Evelyn ban. I saw it very early on. We got the spoiler. Bugi has destroyed them mentally in the game that had no more playoff standings implications. They have been forced to ban out the Evelyn. They don't want to play with that fear.
And now 100 Thieves are daring Shopify to leave the Aurora open. It's up for play. Do 100 Thieves just snag it right here and now?
Hell yeah. Give me an Aurora. Let's go. All right. Now, who do you think? Let's take some bets. Who do you think has played the most Aurora? Is it going into Sniper's hands or Quid's hands?
I think it's Quid. Quid makes the most sense to me. I don't know what the Aurora Renekton matchup looks like, but for Shopify, they are now dancing around a lot of fun junglers that we have yet to see in the LCS this summer split.
Embrace the fun.
Yeah.
Embrace the fun here.
Dude, that would be crazy.
No, go back to the Briar. There's no way Briar is getting into a serious pro game, so we need to spend... Oh, man.
I would have been ready.
Yeah, I mean... Man, even the flash over Briar, like a champion where you can't control your character anymore, there's no way that thing is getting into like a serious pro game. So this was going to be our one hope. And Briar's actually good right now for solo queue with the Blade of the Rune King rush. As long as people don't still go with, okay. 100 Thieves is having some more fun this time around. The Kayn for River. Kayn for River here. Let's see. Better be a blue Kayn transformation, sir.
Have you played against Kayn recently in solo queue?
I
don't know if they're doing Rost or Shadow form.
Not too recently, but blue is always... Wait a second, Zed, lock that sucker in.
Dude, that would be crazy. Come on. Shopify are playing too much with our emotions right now. I thought that with the game 3 on the horizon that they could go for a little off meta like they did in game 2, but it looks like Shopify are going to bring forth the firepower. And if 100 Thieves want to secure the 2-1 over Shopify for pride, then it's got to be through what seems like an actual composition from Shopify.
Shopify, they can taste it. They want to finish out this series win.
Playing for pride, man. It's for Shopify, even though their season is over, they're going to give us the best looks possible. And it's always nice as we head into the offseason. You never know what could be made as moves going into 2025. Shopify counting down the last bans. Another marksman gone away from Tomo. Both the Misfortune and the Callista off the table.
Yeah. I guess we have to keep on looking towards bot. I mean, maybe like Kaisa can follow up on Leona. Lillia engages. Yep, there it goes. Take that one out too. Nice snipe here from 100 Thieves. So that leaves Shopify here to go for their pick for AD carry first to try and snag it up. We've dropped so many bans into it. We're getting pretty deep into the AD carry pool. What's BVOY going to pull out for us? Leona pairs with quite a few things quite nicely. Oh, the Zeri is still up.
Yeah, and
of
it can
course,
still be flex between him and Insanity.
Got to steal that away from Tomo. And it is a flex, as you mentioned, as with all the mid lane, bottom lane marksman champions nowadays. I hope it's a smear lock in. Okay, that could be a... no, they have Aurora already still.
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing Aurora support anytime soon either. So the Xayah
What if Eyla is the only one who played any games on it?
That would have been really funny. But it's the lovers duo, Xayah and Rakan locked in for 100 Thieves. They're going to keep it standard. And into something like Shopify, who do have decent engage power, Xayah does have the self-peel with that Featherstorm to block and try and get her way out of any sticky situations that Shopify would look for. And it's Vayne! Please tell me that's Vayne mid.
Let's go, Insanity. I feel like since it's Insanity, we'll probably get something like the Vayne mid, but we've got until 20 seconds.
Hang on.
They can swap until 20 seconds are on the clock. They will keep us in suspense.
I'm actually curious if BVOY has played a lot of Vayne in his career, because they were hovering in game 2, and I wonder since in the previous game, Insanity got to play the Aurora, Bugi got to play Evelyn. Maybe this is them saying, you know what? Have some fun, bro. Play the Vayne. 20 seconds has passed. It's BVOY's Vayne. And
So if my search is correct here, in career for BVOY, there's no Vayne games.
Oh my God, you're right.
If this search is to be believed, this is BVOY's first Vayne game, taking this opportunity when Shopify are looking to succeed in this series, although they have already been kicked out of playoffs, playing for the pride of winning and getting that victory on the LCS stage.
Yeah, I'm looking at I think a similar page that you are, and no Vayne whatsoever in the past since Season 9, which is at least what we get here on our monitors for records. We'll see if any of our production can get a further or deeper look into any of the other leagues that he maybe has played in. But if this is it, last game of the Summer Split for Shopify, and they're going to give BVOY a Vayne to top it off, whereas 100 Thieves, they've definitely dipped into a little bit of flavor of their own with the Kayn lock-in for River.
Let's see. Will he go blue or will he go red?
I mean, with the Electrocute, that almost...
Well, Electrocute, that's definitely blue. You go Electrocute red Kayn, you are trolling.
Yeah. I've definitely seen some interesting builds where they've gone like lethality items, but they still go Rost, and so we'll see what happens.
Oh, first Vayne game.
I got some quick
First Vayne death for BVOY! Woo!
His first Vayne game in his career. Oh boy. Well, 100 Thieves, first blood on their side, and it does go to Quid's Aurora, which is not great for Shopify, but it's awesome for 100 Thieves to get the snowball rolling. And considering that Malignance is a cheaper power spike than the other Lost Chapter items, this will be really nice.
Playing it. Oh,
come on, guys. This is beautiful.
He's already dead, literally. And as you mentioned, the Aurora now with a Dark Seal. So we'll keep track of those stacks.
Yep.
And I will encourage another Medjai's purchase in this game. Please, Quid, as soon as possible, upgrade it to a Medjai's. See if you can get some roam kills as well on the champion. Meanwhile, Insanity opting for a much more current meta pick of the Zeri mid, which has become ever so popular.
The twofold Hex has been such a nuisance for players experiencing the Aurora laning phase. You get tagged by it, and then you get an auto, and then you recast it for the second proc. Easy Electrocute. And it just gets so much trade damage back. You're already getting a taste of it. This time, pairing it with the weirding. Yeah,
Quid actually looking pretty good here with just getting the correct spacing there, hitting him with the tip of that weirding, trying to get that damage in, get the extra pull back as well. You're trying to also get it through minions on the Q when you can, but the important part, tagging him for the harassment. And we get like a side view of the Kayn. I like this. Observers are still showing us the mid matchup that we were invested in, but also giving us the sneak peek on River Kayn clear down towards bottom side. Of course, he already cleared the Raptors, as you do on Kayn, since you annihilate those so quickly.
Yeah.
You start, always try and get that camp cycling as quickly as possible. Also, always critically important Raptors in the current meta, especially when you're playing against Lillia, who loves stealing them away. And we'll see how quickly he can get into some combat, start getting some souls so he can transform. Eyla with the first gank towards mid.
Grand entrance, and it's an immediate trade of flash for Insanity, so Ayla's job has been accomplished.
And that was a story of two different support recall resets here, because Zeyzal went back a little bit later, but Zeyzal came out down towards bottom, holding Bugi's hand here. So jungle and support both reset and came back towards bottom, whereas Eyla went straight on mid. And I love that play from Eyla, taking the small opportunity there, while his AD carry, Tomo, had the luxury of the big old wave pushing back to them. So they get off their earlier recall. He gets to go mid lane. Nice little cooldown advantage achieved here by the 100 Thieves bottom lane, even though it does show up as advantage for mid lane yet again. All these things are starting out bottom lane, and Quid is the one that keeps reaping the benefits. He's the one that got the first blood on the invade and the kill onto BVOY, and he's also the one that gets the flash advantage off of the winning bottom lane pushing in.
Yeah, FakeGod had an all-in window on the sniper, so he immediately popped the ghost to get some distance before FakeGod could look for a flash kill setup. It's going to be a summon advantage for FakeGod in the top lane. And as you already pointed out, a lot of the advantages gained for Quid has been at the cost of bot lane making those moves, but Tomo and Eyla, even with pressure from Bugi showing up on the bottom side, they held the wave just fine and are going to get this crash in.
Meanwhile, Vayne a little bit far off. So that denial is going to be a real denial. That was nice. I mean, that was not a cannon wave right there. So BVOY losing out on a few more. Does eventually get right back, though, with his recurve bow plus boots purchase. And the cull stacking for Tomo will continue. The nice little thing about them is, like, hasn't really been at a cost for the bottom lane. It's been just, like, benefits that they've been able to graciously give. We'll see if they are able to compound on this, because now we're going to have Kayn come bottom, Raafaa. Look for some souls, look for some combat perhaps.
Yep.
Thing with Kayn here is the longer you go without combat, then you get to build up some timing for those as well. So looks like it'll just be the full clear again. Doesn't want to like repeat on bottom, I guess.
Yeah.
After the death for, well, actually, the Lillia is kind of hovering around too. Maybe they come back down past that control ward. All right, isn't going to be the Lillia, but will be River. Can he get even a little bit of combat for some souls?
River lurking around on this tri-bush. He can sneak through the walls. The setup is there from Eyla first, and now the target is BVOY. Tries to flash away. Good slow from the Blade's reach, but it's not enough to take out BVOY.
Yummy though. For Kayn, you're like, all right, I get some summoner spells and some little procs of souls here for myself. I will take that for an early investment. It is going to be a big cost of Void Grubs, because Lillia just annihilates Void Grubs.
Yep.
So Bugi should be able to finish up those up quickly, but they're trying to make it worth here on the bottom side, put the extra pressure on Insanity and Zeyzal that have now slipped into the bottom side.
Engage under the tower, but because River is here, Zeyzal's going to force the flash away. The slow from the W allows the rest of 100 Thieves to walk on out. Shopify will hold their ground in this tower.
Got a honey fruit plant in the river as well, but nobody going to use that one to refill health, and actually just goes for the full reset after this try on bot. I guess no summoner spells left on Shopify's bottom lane now, but it still seems like a pretty big cost to play. Oh.
Quid going in for the all-in on Insanity and dodges the turret aggro by touching the bottom left side of the wall, so he dips on over to the top side. Already, Quid showing the understanding and a comprehension of how the champion works, especially with that ultimate. The rest of 100 Thieves trying to posture around mid now that BVOY is here, but he's down both summoner spells, so he is a sitting target if he gets a little too close. The fact that Eyla does not have quickness means that it's a little harder to lock this Vayne down. Short range marksman, but has a lot of mobility thanks to that tumble. And now with access to the ultimate, the final hour, you get to go invisible every time you tumble.
Yes, sir, you do. Some invisibility might help out, and some of the pain that is coming his way, I foresee it getting a little bit even more difficult, as a jungle advantage, at least, for Shopify. It's looking quite nice. Bugi on the Lillia, continuing to clear, continuing to counter jungle now, and Zeyzal looks like he wants to call for a jungle attempt at a kill, but there's no Kayn to be found, so Zeyzal sticking around during the counter jungling, isn't going to find any more. Going for a Cassante dive would be a little bit much, but they are trading very heavily.
Sniper got really close to that Q3, so FakeGod just popping the Dominus to clear the wave and now forcing Sniper back. Pops the Ghost again. He's
Nice
about to get
spacing.
sleepy. Bugi with the Eve, a Swirling Seed, trying to burn him down. FakeGod still has Flash if he wants it, but Sniper, the danger of getting all out under the tower, and Bugi flashes in. It's a trade 1-for-1.
Nice little ultimate here from Sniper. The flash invested for Bugi, just giving you a 1-for-1 is pretty rough for him. Although, you know, there are going to be repercussions as far as the minion wave goes. Here comes a dive on the other side.
Insanity ult to try and destroy the minion wave, but it's not enough damage as the rest of 100 Thieves start to pour on in. Zeyzal marks River, preventing him from getting on top, and Insanity does manage to buy enough time that the dive is dissuaded.
Yeah, River was poking around, trying to now get a counter jungle on the blue buff back, but Bugi's going to get here. So the Lillia will arrive from respawning. Lillia also has Smite, so it's a Smite fight. Fair, fair.
And Bugi gets it. And Bugi is now 2 levels above River. Massive level advantage. The fact that even though Bugi made that trip to the top side, died for it, it just goes to show that he's been a lot more efficient with the farm, whereas River has been trying to play more around towards his bottom lane and getting them ahead.
We're not making a great case for more Kayn games, are we?
No, I don't think we are.
Just wait till he transforms, okay? Wait till he transforms.
Yeah.
Then you'll see.
For those who don't know how Kayn works, you want to be able to get in combat with a bunch of enemy champions, mostly range if you want to look for shadow form, as Quid, going under the tower, drops turret aggro, and as Eyla now commits, gets the flash out of Insanity once again, and will force him off the turret aggro.
Yeah, big CS lead on top side too. You know, we had that super long push off of the minion wave, so maybe FakeGod Renekton can again get big in this game for Shopify. He's already got the Black Cleaver, so
yeah,
already ahead of schedule with the extra pressure that they were able to apply. And Bugi's little investment over there. It's going to result in what you would presume would be all 6 Void Grubs as well. I don't think anyone from 100 Thieves will be able to steal anything away here. So Shopify setting course here for a lot of turret plate money. This is a pretty early 6 grub, assuming that they do finish them off, so they can still use the double buff to really whittle down on the rest of the turret plates. And FakeGod already trying to chunk down Sniper again. Warm him up for a possible topside play on their lane swap. We still have an untransformed Kayn sitting over here, so probably don't want that full skirmish. And just give River a little bit more time.
Yeah, and I think I'm trying to figure out from the Spectate client if you can see where his transform meter is at the moment. But I'm coming up with zeros here, Kobe.
You can't see in Spectator.
That's unlucky. We'll see if there's maybe a chance for Pro View. It'd be hard to get up, but 100 Thieves still going to continue looking for whatever advantages they can. While untransformed, River on this Kayn is not the most effective, but once he does get shadow form, the amount of slipperiness this guy has being able to go through walls on repeat, it's such a short cooldown, the shadow step, and allows you to just traverse through so much terrain and get through multiple parts of the map. Is now Shopify gonna go for a dive on a Sniper. He's been able to trade at least one in the previous one, and Eyla is thinking about slow collapsing over if they overcommit. There's 4 members committed on the bottom side of the map. The rest of Shopify is playing towards the top, as now River will join the fight. Rest of Shopify have not engaged the dive just yet. They're just playing for turret plates still, and about a minute and a half before those plates fall off. And the rest of 100 Thieves, they're just going to slowly push Shopify away.
All right, I checked with the observers, and he is about 80% way to transforming.
Okay.
And he has been able to keep it slightly blue here with his attempts on BVOY and Insanity, the ranged champions. FakeGod here also attempting on a ranged champ.
Oh, and he teleported in, but he cannot get back to his tower. So FakeGod is most likely dead, and there's no way out for the top laner.
All right, Sniper and Quid here should be able to push as well. Let's see if the bottom side stays up.
Eyla with the setup. It's a two-man sleep from Bugi trying to hold the line. The Umbral Trespass from River. Decent damage, but because he's not transformed, it doesn't do that much damage yet. Insanity takes him out. Another two-man knockup from Eyla, and they're going to be able to trade 2 kills back for Quid.
Yeah, that's very, very good trade. 400 Thieves. They win the top side, then they win the bot side. Even though they give up their tower, that tower was going down anyway. So 100 Thieves very happy to get all this money, especially into the hands of Quid on this Aurora, who had the early Dark Seal. And there we go. We got our transformation.
Wait, what? He went Red Kayn.
Yes, sir. Give him the Eclipse start as well. So even with the Electrocute, still go for it. That's team utility here. Much more tanky.
Okay.
Even though the it's more fun to play the smooth assassin. Red Kayn a bit stronger at the moment, and so here's the setup play. Although they do kill him, it is very much worth as they get the extra 2 kills here for the side of 100 Thieves. And again, the Aurora, extra stacks in the Dark Seal that has been stacking up here.
Well, with Rost, as you already mentioned, Kobe, your W does become a knock-up. You have a lot of, I want to say spell vamp, or just the ability to heal through proccing your Qs and your abilities on the rest of Shopify. So River will be deceptively hard to kill. And with the items that are available to bruisers, like Steric's Gauge, even Black Cleaver, if you need to use it to shred through armor. But no one's building armor on the side of Shopify, so I imagine it's just going to be anything that keeps River super hard to kill and deceptively easy to take down.
Look at this patient play on top side. They're actually even channeling recalls now because they were so patient, nobody came through. Insanity and Zeyzal were camping in these. Oh, Zeyzal cancels his recall. He's still here.
And Quid goes for the all-in on Insanity. Zeyzal tries to collapse, but he's got Eyla for assistance. The flash forward, the 2-fold Hex gets the second proc, and he's taken out. The rest of Shopify now on the run. That's a lot of damage already coming out from Quid. The weirding combo with the 2-fold Hex. Zeyzal's down to 50%.
Ah, they waited in those brush for so long, only to still lose out to the fed Aurora. 5 for Quid now. Tower will go down to Quid as well.
8 stacks on the Dark Seal too, Kobe. He might be into some reading later on after this purchase. We'll see if he completes the Medjais. Gets us even more anticipated for one-shot combos from the Aurora, who is massively snowballed now. 1v1 from Sniper and FakeGod on the bottom side of the map. Dodges the third Q on the Nitofo strikes. FakeGod still has Flash and Dominus available. And nice use of the Slice and Dice. Gets the double cast. And he's out of there.
All right, let's refocus here on the mid game then. How are you going to deal with the double item Aurora already? Because her speed just goes through the roof. Now Cosmic Drive on top of the Malignants. So much speed, so much ability haste here. Just going to be constantly spamming plays. You've got Eyla on the Rakan to start your plays out, or even Aurora can just start those plays. Quid is actually coming through the flank here, through jungle, and he finds FakeGod, chunks him out, screens for the rest of the team, allows them a pathway towards the dragon, towards the objective. And they can just take the blue buff on their way out too.
That was a nice attempt from 100 Thieves trying to get that double cast with the Rift Herald as they screened it past the dying turret. Tomo's in trouble. But it looks like BVOY cannot get in range and does not want to burn the flash. He also knows that Tomo has his sums and Featherstorm. It would be a fruitful attempt. Quid under fire from FakeGod, pops it between worlds, dashes back with the walls, and he's able to create enough space. Bugi is going to Q flash forward, look for the lilting lullaby. Sniper will do what he can to bail him out. We got another fight in the river as well, where it looks like Tomo is blinking on HP, but he walks back into Bugi. Eyla tries to save him with the battle dance, but Bugi does way too much damage to survive that one. The all out from FakeGod, or Sniper I should say, tries to sustain the fight again, but Shopify are now leading the charge because BVOY has also arrived. Eyla will make it out over the wall. The flash forward for the tumble, and this Vayne is online, y'all. Quid comes back into the fight with a teleport, trying to see if he can pick up any straggler kills, but Bugi is just so damn strong! Bugi, Lillia cannot be oppressed. Shopify Rebellion pick up the ace.
In these super long fights, Bugi was stacked up, fully stacked Lillia with fully stacked Conqueror the entire time. look how early he gets stacked up because of the 2v1 here that they go for on Quid. These two champions fighting themselves is pretty hilarious because both Lillia and Aurora have very similar passives with the move speed stacking up here. But Bugi, you see him there, he's got fully stacked Conqueror and fully stacked Lillia this whole time. And he's just bouncing around, hopping through the forest, whacking down everybody here, healing up the entire time. Fully stacked, continues the chase down through as extra person after extra person keeps on coming to try and challenge for the fight. And then BVOY also just flashes over to make sure he can finish off Eyla. Make sure his first Vayne game is going to be a little bit more fun than we suspected from the level 1. And allowing Bugi here just so much freedom, hopping around the forest. And the Lillia now has become quite a FakeGod having a fun time. I mean, chasing Aurora is not that fun, but at least in that chase, in those efforts, even though FakeGod went down, Bugi got fully stacked up, and Bugi got to have fun.
Yep. For Shopify Rebellion, they were down in gold for a majority of the game, but this is the first time where they are starting to squeak ahead, make that wall of diff really count. 100 Thieves, a lot of their gold was on Quid, who dropped the shutdown. Once he teleported back in, they thought that they would have that advantage, but Shopify being able to outplay them in the skirmish. And now they're setting up for Baron, which will be spawning in the next 20 seconds. Air Drake is still alive for the taking, but 100 Thieves showing no interest so far, just bullying Shopify off the mid wave before they can look to reassess what objectives they want to play for.
And FakeGod with his teleport does mean Shopify have an easier time of playing the map here. 100 Thieves down the extra global here with no teleports, are going to get their full reset off as the Dragon's coming up. Snipers has a few more seconds to come off cooldown, so you are an interesting choice where it looks about like 30 seconds for Sniper's teleport, depending on how much Shopify actually want to force going towards the objective. It looks like they do not want to force, and with the amount of 100 Thieves wards through that blue quadrant of the jungle, they know this. So they're actually content here to just wait for that cooldown on the teleport from Sniper. They know that Shopify aren't pressing that discrepancy at all. There's no numbers disadvantage fight coming their way, so they can just go push the mid wave and then easily retreat into their Dragon.
And River is starting that one up. Wait, is this the first Dragon of the game again? It's so late. I think in the second game we had our latest Dragon of the game start, but we'll have to get confirmation from Prod.
Yeah, that game was the latest Dragon in this split of the LCS.
Yeah.
The latest Dragon was taken.
And I think this is the new record too, because we're 21 minutes into the game.
Gotta go for kills, Raafaa. We're on stage playing for kills.
Want the bloodbath. Oh, and so Prod is confirming not only this new first Dragon is the latest, not just from this split, but the entire year. As you said, Kobe, they want blood between both teams. No time for Dragons that take too long to... Solar Flare making for the engage, but the Between Worlds right under the tower is getting a lot of damage done. Bugi does go gold and try to stall for time. FakeGod with the Serix Cage is living and sustaining through it all, but the turnaround from Sniper and River is massive. But now Sniper is isolated since the rest of the team went running for the hills, and Insanity doesn't even go down.
All right, what can they get after this? Tower for sure here. Mid lane tower. They already have some wards around Baron, but everybody's so chunked, they're definitely going to have to reset. About the Death Timers too, that was an investment of teleport from Sniper, so they won't have the split possibility there. Honestly, getting kind of scary now that Shopify's AD carries are both really getting that extra money. Let's take a look at how it started out though, because the Solar Flare was good. Oh, the Solar Flare stunned as Quid was going in with the ultimate. So Quid got stunned, but the ultimate still took him in under tower. And so they are able to just burst down the Aurora. The Aurora got to pull off zero trickiness in that tower dive. That was a really good Solar Flare from Zeyzal, grabbing both of them. And Aurora still traveled right under the tower. And then so even after ult went off, basically didn't get to do anything in the rest of that fight. And it was a big Shopify dub there as far as the attempt on the tower dive. Really nice punish from Shopify, and they're the ones, okay, never mind.
Wait, Zeyzal could be picked off here. Super tanky on the Leona, but he's already lost more than 75% of his HP. The grand entrance from Eyla locks him down, and Quid pops the between worlds, looking for more damage onto Bugi, but he is scattered off. BVOY flashing in, gets the kill. Tumble for the invisibility, but he's locked in by Eyla. Tomo picks it up. Here comes Sniper for the refight. The all-out brings FakeGod over the wall, but the rest of 100 Thieves could not follow up the play. I think they gotta run. Tomo trying to cut this one out. Q flash sleep from Bugi. Good night, Eyla. Tomo's next. The blade call. It's a lot of damage, and River's able to clean one up, but I don't think he's gonna get out for long. The shadow step will allow him to get over the wall, but FakeGod with the flash, double slice and dice, locks down the jungler, and that's a full ace for Shopify.
That is a Lillia with a 3-level lead over the Kayn, and Bugi is making the enemy team feel that advantage. Let's see about the Baron timer. Let's see, Quid and Eyla. Quid and Eyla coming from base. Do you believe in a Rakan plus Aurora stop to this Baron, Raafaa?
You know what? Why not?
Their Vayne is also coming a little bit later. The damage is not high on this Baron. This damage is definitely very low.
Maybe not be a Baron take, but the solar flare right on top of Eyla pushes him out of the river, but the Baron does reset.
Oh,
here comes Between the Worlds. How much can Quid get done? He's trying to bounce between the walls, but the Spirit Realm goes bye-bye, and Shopify send Quid back to the fountain. And the Baron at least is stopped for now, since the rest of 100 Thieves are back on the map.
Yeah, that was some decent burst damage, but he couldn't take down FakeGod, so Quid, in the end, gets taken out, and it will be just the stop to the Baron, but it's still going to be a push here out as we reset. I mean, this pivotal game in our series that was kind of decided as far as the stakes go in game number 1 of the series. This one, it looks like it's going back the other way now, but started out with a nice little pick there onto Zeyzal. So much damage. River actually got a good knockup with the W from Kayn over the wall into the Xayah combination. Then Quid try to follow up on the ultimate, but BVOY full sent with the two procs there already on him, flashed for the last one. And the little section off from Sniper just separates yourself, and that actually is kind of bad for them since Insanity is on Zeri and you get the full chase. Very hard to get away from a team fight in the aftermath if you're playing against a Lillia and a Zeri. Two champions extremely good at chasing after the skirmish has already been won. So let's take a look at Shopify's reset attempt here.
Yeah.
River's still definitely heavily down here in the jungle matchup, but Tomo's doing quite well for himself on the Xayah from the side of 100 Thieves, and that's definitely something they have come to rely on. So Tomo carry potential here on the Xayah. Level 15, double summoner spells available, 3 item power spike. Protect the Xayah, I would say.
We're going to see Shopify have cut off 100 Thieves deep in their jungle. Between Worlds on Quid tries to look for the kill on the BVOY, and they get it. Bugi trying to buy time with this stasis as Tomo is dancing on the right side of the fight. Good flash blade caller! Tomo pulls it over. Insanity! What a massive outplay! Wait a minute, Kobe! 100 Thieves! They just took out 4 members! This could be the end of the game!
Tomo, that was pretty clean. I mean, we were setting it up like, ooh, Tomo's got the potential here. He's 3 out of power spike, double summons, but that was even more than I was looking for. And 100 Thieves, they will win the game. That was an advantage of about 2,500 gold pre-team fight, but 100 Thieves just wiped the floor with Shopify in that one.
And Zeyzal's going to give his life to defend and buy as much time as they can. But for 100 Thieves, a valiant attempt from Shopify. They gave one last good look for the fans at home before the end of their summer split. But 100 Thieves, their season continues as they ramp up for playoffs.
And we got a Kayn win.
100% win rate on Kayn in LCS, the summer split.
Also, Aurora is still undefeated in the LCS.
That's probably the more important stat.
Aurora undefeated in the LCS. 100 Thieves. Quite happy with this one.
It's a good way for the Thieves to end the summer regular season. I don't know what the implications are like for tiebreakers going in for tomorrow, but for them at least, playoffs is secured. That relief is there for them. And for Shopify, I have to say, we talked about at the top of the day, Kobe, where both of these teams are coming in much stronger than what their split record resembled. It is a shame that this is how Shopify Rebellion go down, but that's sometimes how the games go for when they try to manage their roster. And for Shopify Rebellion, they did the best they could trying to turn around in week 4. It was not enough to save their season. But for 100 Thieves, a lot of relief. Tomo has been so huge stepping in, a huge vocal presence for this squad, and it has shown time and time again in between both of these weeks he subbed in.
Definitely has been good to see the revival here on the side of 100 Thieves. Good to see some smiles on their faces. They knew the heavy work had been done after their Game 1 victory. That's what got them their guarantee into playoffs. Then they are still able to clinch it out here, so we will wrap it up for today.
With that, y'all, we're going to be joining Herculyse and Eyla on stage for the interview.
Guys, we've got one last interview here, but can we give another round of applause to 100 Thieves for closing out a roller coaster of a series? I got to talk to you about that a little bit. Again, roller coaster of emotion is probably what sums up the entire thing. You guys, you didn't get the first win, and then you come in and you kind of steamroll a little bit. Walk me through everything that went down.
Yeah, so I think we played pretty well first game. And then everyone was like, oh, we made playoffs, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I think going to the second game, we weren't focused enough. Because, yeah, we kind of threw that game and made it. I think we should have won the game, but we made it hard for ourselves. So that was unfortunate. And, yeah, I think we could have played better, but at least we finished the series 2-1.
That's fair, that's fair. What do you think kind of changed in that? Because I know, obviously, for them, pressure falls off once you guys made playoffs a little bit. Do you feel like a Shopify team that had that less pressure was a little bit more challenging than the first version that you got of them?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, if you see the second game, they picked Evelyn,
Yeah.
Aurora, so it was like, we already knew going into the game, they kind of accepted they're out of playoffs and they're just going to play whatever. And I think there was a big difference. I think game 1, Shopify were really scared, and we just kind of steamrolled them, but game 2 and 3, they played a lot better.
Well, I do want to talk to you. The last time I got to see you guys play was in the spring, and you guys looked a little bit different in comparison to now. Those changes, do you feel like have definitely been more beneficial and are going to, help y'all look a little bit better in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think our regular season in spring was really good, but I think if you compare us to back then, we're way better. And I think especially recently, when we got Tomo, our scrim win rate, I think this week, the last we checked, was like 70%. So I think we're on a really good record, and we'll show it in playoffs.
All right. Well, we're all very excited to see you in playoffs. Before I let you go, who are you most excited to potentially be playing in the playoffs?
Who am I most excited? I really want to knock out FlyQuest.
Oh, okay.
Don't like a lot of their players, so if we knock them out, it's going to be really good.
All right. Well, you're going to have to face off against Dignitas first, so good luck in that matchup and the rest of playoffs. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. For now, we're going to send this one back over to our guests.
Thank you very much. We're going to have an interview coming with Insanity as well. I want to see who they've been scrimming. I want to see one of these been scrimming. Yeah.
Who are we beating up?
Are they all LCS teams, guys?
Some junior high kids?
Yeah. The coaches.
What's going on in there?
In fairness, I do actually think that Tomo, like we talked about, and especially, I'm focusing almost solely on game 1 because that was the serious game. He does add a facet to their play that I don't think they had before. So that's been really interesting, especially since they previously won through mid and top and like River playing around that.
Yeah, and I wanted to remind the audience that we're trying to effort a interview with Insanity.
Yep.
So we're going to see if that happens. When we do get that interview, we'll send it straight to you guys. But yeah, just overall, really excited to see 100 Thieves level up more as a team. I think that's something we desperately need. I think the narrative around the LCS so far has been like, top 3, juggernauts,
Right.
And then the rest.
And then everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think we've been waiting for a team to start leveling up to make at least that playoff run, quote unquote, interesting. And I'm interested for it.
And we got that interview with Insanity ready right now. Let's go take a look.
Guys, we got one more interview with a interesting win here, to say the least, but still a win nonetheless. We've got Insanity here with me, and Insanity, same thing goes to you, man. That was a roller coaster of emotions for you guys. I'm sure, you know, it's a little bit rough, but the potential that we all got from you at the end was very, very exciting to watch. Talk to me a little bit about that.
I mean, I think overall this split has been pretty much a roller coaster, to say the least. I think we showed a lot of progress and hope towards the end. I think that the first game, I mean, obviously we lost, but going into the next few sets, we kind of had like less pressure, and it kind of showed how we would play. Even if we were kind of inting a little bit here and there and just playing with nothing on our shoulders, I feel like we would have played like that if we didn't have any stress at all or nerves. And I'm really proud of everyone on the team, and I'm glad I got to work with them overall.
I think a lot of people are very proud of you too. I don't think you should, you know, hang your head down low by any means whatsoever. I did want to ask though, that the second game, it felt like you said, you know, with the pressure off, you guys kind of steamrolled a little bit. And of course, I'm sure 100 Thieves expected it to be that way, but the third one felt a little bit more serious. Do you want to talk about that? You know, that little change in there?
I don't think there was actually much of a difference, but I don't know. It just went back to sort of a normal meta game, and yeah, I don't know. I felt like there was just 3 people in my lane. Quid was scared. I'm not sure.
Not too bad, not too bad. Not too fair. And honestly, the whole series, it was just a lot for everybody the entire way through. But before I let you go, do you want to give any shout outs to everybody that's been following with you guys all season?
I just want to shout out everybody that's supported us. I know it wasn't the best ending, but I also want to shout out my teammates, everyone on the team, Tristan, or Zeyzal, FakeGod, Bugi, Tomio even, and BVOY. They're all great players and great people, and I'm glad I got to work with them.
Well, we are all very glad to have had you with us. Again, congratulations on the season as a whole. We can't wait to watch y'all play again. For now, guys, we're going to send this one back over to you.
Thanks to Insanity for that interview. I think the finality of it all probably hit him right at the end. It kind of hit it for me as well. That's the last we're going to be seeing from them this summer split. A lot of changes always happen in the offseason as well, so all these players could be moving in different directions. I do really hope we see Insanity again, and I think all these players did show certain flashes of brilliance, so I'm glad he got to have that moment on stage.
Yeah, even with the league-wide changes that'll be coming next split, there's so much up in the air that at least for these players, you're right, it did hit me as well.
Yeah.
Like just knowing that you never know what's going to happen in an off-season. So definitely show them support, guys. Get out there. If you own any social media account, that's love. Send love to these guys because they had a hell of a split.
Yeah, and I mean, they ended, it's almost like more frustrating to think about that this is the last time we'll see this team, because it felt like as soon as Bugi joined back in, they ended up performing a lot better. This was a team that a lot of people were kind of hoping would squeak into playoffs because of that, because they were like, we have seen some preparation, some compositions. Like I said, I actually thought their lane swap in game 1 was really good. That they might be able to make some noise in playoffs, so it's sad to see it end here.
All right, tough for Shopify. So Shopify Immortals out. We know the top 6 teams will be moving in playoffs. There's a little bit of seeding stuff that'll be happening tomorrow. Let's check out the players of the series from what happened today. I'm curious who won game 1, because we had some split votes.
Impact!
It is Impact!
Hey, all right.
Oh my God, he's just stacking them up.
He's stacking them up.
He has 5 awards.
No one is even close to him in terms
7.
of hogs.
Yeah, well, first off, no other team currently has more than 5 series wins.
Yeah.
Because C9 and FlyQuest are both tied at 5-1.
Oh my God, you're right.
So even if someone from those teams won every single series,
my God.
the reason I gave him the vote is this team is lane swapping every game.
Yes.
Everyone talks about how Impact always knows how to be in the right place in any lane swap, and then he's also just, in part because of lane swapping, gapping all these other top laners.
Yeah.
And it's this unique advantage that Team Liquid's been able to pull out.
The knowledge gap, guys.
Yeah.
5!
Yeah.
It's an age gap.
Him and Core knowing about lane swaps from forever ago. I also made the joke, like, Impact has probably seen every single iteration of a lane swap in existence. Like, he's had to follow his jungler around the entire jungle.
Yeah.
From like season 4. He's seen it all, so like it makes sense that he can deal with whatever teams end up throwing at him. And I have really liked what he has been playing for this TL team. They have a very defined style. And yeah, I mean, he's had like an amazing career resurgence.
He has. It's incredible. Like the idea to the point that you'd made, 5 Player of the Series awards, more than teams have even had wins. And if you look at this team, you'd expect, oh, maybe it's going to be APA winning Player of the Series, or Yan, like how strong their ball lane is. But because they are such a, I think, well-rounded team, that any one of these guys can have a pop-off performance and come out as the reason for their team's success. I still think the series that comes out of my mind that showcases Impact success was literally the Dignitas series, where it's like, you're in a lane swap, you literally play as well as you possibly can, a little bit in from Dignitas side, you get a double kill, go top lane smash. And then you go to the next game, you're in a standard lane, Poppy versus Renekton, that should be Poppy favored, Renekton smashes that one. Like, Impact is playing well under all of these circumstances. And I mean, he's an MVP frontrunner for me.
He might win it. Let's check out the standings after today's games. Only 2 matches remaining to be played.
Can we get a salute in the chat for Shopify and Immortals?
Yeah.
Can we?
We can, yeah. Shopify won 5 games, man.
They did. Tragedy.
1 more extra loss than Energy, which eliminates them from playoffs. That is actually we're not playing a tiebreaker, but their game record is lower. That's a heartbreaker.
That is a heartbreaker. They were actually close on the tail end of things.
Okay, those are the standings. Let's check out the schedule for tomorrow.
Bang!
Oh.
Battle for second place right there. And then Dig Immortals. We're going to get to that in a second.
Very
no, we're going to get to that in a
happen.
second. Let's check out the NACL schedule as well. Their finals upcoming pretty soon. That'll be on September 8th. Currently, we are on August 10th, so they are in week 9, right before playoffs. 1 more week of play. And Raz.
Yeah?
Is that a potato in your pocket?
That is a Salisbury steak, thank you very much.
Okay, just wanted to check. That's it for us.
You want a bite?
This was in your mouth earlier, man. We're done. We're going to be on tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. It's the battle for the bye between C9 and Black West. Now let's send it
Take
over
a bite.
to the NACL. I'm not.
It's an indirect kiss.
Oh, you hit it.
Kind of.
It's an indirect kiss.
You've been
Take
watching
it
too
easy,
much
guys.
anime.
세전이 watch one.
Hitting Sejuani.
Yeah. 연애 세전이. 연애. I lie.
Turn on the flex. Nice job. Push ball.
I'm getting in red.
Throwing.
Hey, 5 minutes. Come.
Yeah. I'm going.
I'm going forward.
Yeah.
Here's nulls.
Yeah.
세전이 no DN.
Nice job. I'm behind them. I'm looking run.
Yeah. Impact.
I'm looking side.
That comes up. Yeah. I'm up.
Going left side.
Guys, go up. 안 이겼어. 위로 가. Go up. Come in. Rumble flash.
Nice job.
Come. Just hit. Play for 5.
Look at Sante,
Now
maybe.
flash.
It's 45, guys. You
Yeah,
guys
look at Sante, guys. He has ult though. Sante dead. Quirky dead. Got kill.
Go
Nice. Nice. Ooh.
Go.
Look, Bill. All you guys can gap.
Cassandra. I can help
Cassandra.
Poke. I can help Poke.
Yeah.
He has
W1.
ult to flash. That was ult to flash.
Q1.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
Q.
FakeGod. Holy crap.
He's sad.
Okay. Reverse Smurfin.
We can fight right now.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not gonna
Olaf with ulti.
I have ult in him. I have big ult. Nice job. I have block it too. We're okay.
Olaf with the flash. Olaf with the flash.
Look Olaf together.
I can Olaf.
Nice work.
Nice guys.
Go, Aaron, man.
Get him.
Beat
Beat their ass, Aaron. They're all one. Holy Aaron's
Can we
going
still
in.
come on?
Yone's
Kill
coming.
everyone, man.
You guys can end if you kill him.
Jax.
Just Zig. Stop his recon. You guys can end.
Give me.
Oh my god. Faker got top.
I can match.
Look, Rakan, no
He's
flash.
done. Careful. We're on Cassandra.
Yeah, stay on him.
We win. Slow fight. Good. I'm fine.
Kill Cassante. Reset fight. Nice work.
ulti.
Has ult.
okay.
Okay.
I actually
Look at me.
Xayah should have ult. Yeah.
Don't try.
No
No flash on him.
No cleanse, Aaron.
Don't die.
One flash blade caller. Tomo pulls it over. Insanity. What a massive outplay. And wait a minute, Kobe. 100 Thieves. They just took out 4 members. This could be the end of the game.
Tomo, that was pretty clean. I mean, we were setting it up like, ooh, Tomo's got the potential here. He's 3 out of power spike, double summons, but that was Even more than I was looking for. 100 Thieves, they will win the game.